Graham Hancock, a British author and journalist, is known for his controversial theories concerning ancient civilizations and human history. His perspectives often blend historical facts, mythology, and fringe ideas, making them both intriguing and controversial. This video explores the 10 craziest conspiracy theories proposed by Hancock. Number 1. The mystery of the pyramids. Graham Hancock's views on the Egyptian pyramids, particularly the Great Pyramid of Giza, are unconventional to say the least. He postulates that these monumental structures are much older than mainstream historians believe. In his view, these pyramids, specifically the Great Pyramid of Giza, could not have been built by the Egyptians of the 4th dynasty around 2600 BC, as conventional Egyptology suggests. Hancock points to the incredible precision and astronomical alignments of the pyramids, arguing that such accomplishments require a level of knowledge and technology that the ancient Egyptians did not possess. He suggests that the design, construction, and geographical alignment of the pyramids indicate a far more advanced civilization was responsible, one that existed thousands of years before the ancient Egyptians. Furthermore, Hancock argues that the Great Pyramid's geographic location has cosmological significance. The pyramid is located at the exact center of Earth's land masses, something he believes is unlikely to be a mere coincidence. He also draws attention to the fact that the pyramid's measurements correlate with astronomical constants, such as the speed of light, adding further mystery to the monument's creation. Hancock also dismisses the notion that the pyramids were merely tombs for pharaohs. He believes they served a much grander yet unknown purpose, possibly spiritual or metaphysical in nature, with the king's chamber's resonant frequency potentially being part of an ancient yet advanced technology. Although his theories on the Great Pyramid of Giza have been criticized by mainstream archaeologists and Egyptologists, Hancock maintains that the monument's age, purpose, and construction are still shrouded in mystery. This mystery is a common thread in all his works, as he consistently questions established narratives and offers alternative perspectives on human history. Number 2. The Lost City of Atlantis. In his quest to unravel the mysteries of the past, Graham Hancock has dedicated much of his work to the legendary city of Atlantis. Based on the works of ancient philosophers and his interpretations of archaeological evidence, Hancock presents an unconventional theory about the existence, location, and ultimate fate of this mythical civilization. The idea of Atlantis was first brought to the world's attention by the ancient Greek philosopher Plato, who described it as an advanced civilization that sank beneath the sea around 9,000 years before his time. While most mainstream historians and archaeologists consider Plato's accounts of Atlantis as allegory, Hancock interprets them as a factual report of a prehistoric advanced civilization. Hancock, in his book Fingerprints of the Gods, puts forward a theory that the city of Atlantis was actually located in Antarctica. He believes that this region was once a temperate land before a cataclysmic event, possibly a shift in the Earth's crust, also known as Earth crustal displacement, caused it to move to its current polar position, leading to its sudden freezing and disappearance beneath layers of ice. This theory rests on the controversial interpretation of the Piri Reis map, a 16th century world map that appears to show the northern part of Antarctica as it would be without ice, something supposedly unknown until modern seismic surveys. Hancock posits that this knowledge came from a lost civilization, Atlantis. Moreover, Hancock connects the story of Atlantis with various ancient cultures worldwide. He suggests that the survivors of the Atlantean catastrophe dispersed around the world, taking with them advanced knowledge, which was incorporated into the architecture and mythology of various ancient civilizations. This includes the Mayans, Egyptians, and Sumerians, among others. For him, the sudden rise of these complex civilizations is evidence of an infusion of knowledge from a more advanced, older society, the Atlanteans. Though this theory is controversial and not widely accepted in academic circles, Hancock's exploration of Atlantis has sparked interest and debate. It has challenged the boundaries of traditional historical understanding, inspiring many to question the conventional chronology of human history. Through his Atlantis theory, Hancock continues to invite us to look at the past differently, suggesting that within myths and legends, there may be threads of an ancient truth waiting to be unraveled. Number 3. Ancient Civilizations and Extraterrestrials. In addition to exploring earthbound civilizations, Graham Hancock also investigates the potential influences of extraterrestrial entities on ancient cultures. Hancock does not assert the existence of extraterrestrials outright, but he does pose intriguing questions about the origins of some ancient knowledge and technologies, suggesting that there may be more to the story than what conventional history provides. In Hancock's view, the technological leap made by ancient civilizations, such as the Egyptians and the Mayans, is difficult to explain solely through the linear evolution of knowledge. He is particularly intrigued by the sudden emergence of advanced architectural and astronomical knowledge in these societies. From the precise construction of the Egyptian pyramids to the sophisticated astronomical observations of the Mayans, Hancock points out that these achievements indicate a level of understanding that seems anomalously advanced for their era. In his book, Supernatural Meetings with the Ancient Teachers of Mankind, Hancock explores the possibility that the rapid progression of ancient civilizations could be attributed to contact with otherworldly beings. He suggests that these contacts may have occurred through altered states of consciousness, potentially induced by the consumption of psychoactive plants. Hancock cites the prevalence of similar motifs in the ancient art across different cultures, such as therianthropes, beings part human, part animal, as potential evidence of these encounters. He argues that these similarities are too striking to be mere coincidence and may represent shared experiences of contact with otherworldly or supernatural entities, possibly interpreted as gods, spirits, or even extraterrestrial beings. Moreover, Hancock delves into the realm of ancient myths and religious texts, which often tell of gods descending from the sky, bestowing knowledge upon humans. He proposes that these could be interpreted as accounts of extraterrestrial visitation. He further speculates that these gods may have guided or influenced humanity's early technological and societal development. Despite the controversy and skepticism that surround such theories, Hancock's exploration of potential extraterrestrial influences on ancient civilizations provokes thought and challenges conventional historical perspectives. His willingness to venture beyond the realms of traditional archaeology and history into the domains of mythology, psychoactive substances, and potential encounters with the supernatural underscores his status as one of the most provocative thinkers in his field. Number 4. The Ark of the Covenant's Hidden Secrets. Graham Hancock's interest in ancient civilizations and their secrets extends to biblical relics as well, and the Ark of the Covenant is a centerpiece in his book, The Sign and the Seal. This ancient artifact, as described in the Bible, was a gold-covered wooden chest containing the 2 stone tablets of the 10 Commandments. According to the biblical narrative, it was lost after the Babylonians sacked Jerusalem in 587 BC. Hancock, however, has a different theory about what happened to the Ark and what it might actually represent. He suggests that the Ark of the Covenant was not lost, but was taken from Solomon's temple in Jerusalem and brought to Ethiopia for safekeeping before the Babylonians invaded. His theory is based on a blend of historical research, analysis of religious texts, and cultural stories, particularly from Ethiopia's Christian tradition. Hancock further suggests that the Ark is still housed today in a chapel in the town of Aksum in northern Ethiopia, guarded by a single monk who is forbidden to leave the chapel's grounds and is the only one allowed to see the Ark. Although no one else is allowed to view the Ark, and thus Hancock's claims cannot be verified, the belief in its presence there is profound among local devotees. But what exactly is the Ark of the Covenant? Beyond its biblical description, Hancock explores its potential as an ancient technology. He posits that the Ark might have been an electrical capacitor capable of storing an electrical charge. This theory is based on the Ark's design as detailed in the Bible, which resembles that of a capacitor. If this were true, it would imply that the Ark was a piece of technological equipment, a product of an advanced civilization. Regardless of the controversy his theories evoke, Hancock's examination of the Ark of the Covenant invites us to reconsider historical narratives and invites intriguing questions about our past. His theories weave together history, religion, and technology, reminding us that our understanding of the past is continually evolving and that mysteries still abound in our human story. Number 5. supernatural entities in prehistoric art. Graham Hancock's theories reach even further back into human history, taking an intriguing look at prehistoric art and the depiction of supernatural entities. In his book, Supernatural Meetings with the Ancient Teachers of Mankind, he delves into the world of cave paintings, questioning the nature of the beings represented in these ancient artworks. Hancock centers his exploration on the concept of therianthropes, hybrid beings that are part human, part animal, commonly found in prehistoric art across the globe. These figures are often associated with shamanic traditions, in which spiritual intermediaries would enter altered states of consciousness, enabling them to interact with the spirit world. In Hancock's perspective, the recurring depiction of therianthropes is more than just symbolic art. He suggests it might represent actual encounters with supernatural or even extraterrestrial entities. Exploring further, Hancock suggests these encounters might have been facilitated by the use of psychoactive substances. He highlights the prevalence of plants with hallucinogenic properties in various cultures worldwide and the role these substances play in shamanic rituals. He hypothesizes that when in altered states of consciousness, early humans might have been able to perceive and interact with other realms of existence, meeting entities that they later depicted in their artwork. Moreover, he considers the possibility that these entities might have acted as teachers, imparting knowledge that spurred the intellectual and cultural development of humanity. He connects this to the quantum leap in human progress that occurred around 40,000 years ago, when abstract thinking, symbolic behavior, and creativity suddenly flourished, as evidenced by the emergence of sophisticated art and culture. Though this theory is not universally accepted, and indeed invites controversy, Hancock's investigation into prehistoric art provides a thought-provoking interpretation of early human experience and spirituality. He suggests that by exploring these altered states of consciousness and their role in the development of human culture, we might gain valuable insights into our past and our very nature. Ultimately, Hancock challenges conventional perspectives on prehistory, advocating for a more nuanced exploration of our shared human story. Number 6. The Sphinx and the Age of Leo. A significant part of Graham Hancock's research is devoted to the mysteries of the Sphinx, one of the most enigmatic statues on Earth. Located on the Giza Plateau in Egypt, the Sphinx has long been a subject of debate among archaeologists, historians, and alternative researchers. Hancock, in collaboration with Robert Bauval, proposes an alternative theory about the age and purpose of the Sphinx, which challenges traditional Egyptology. In mainstream academia, the Sphinx is believed to have been built by the ancient Egyptians of the Old Kingdom around 2500 BC. However, Hancock argues that the Sphinx is much older. He suggests it was built during the Age of Leo, approximately 12,500 years ago. This theory is based on the precessional cycle of the Earth, which results in the precession of the equinoxes, a cycle where, over roughly 26,000 years, different constellations appear to rise just before the sun on the spring equinox. Hancock argues that the Sphinx was built to gaze directly at the constellation Leo in the pre-dawn sky of the spring equinox, marking the Age of Leo. Given that the last Age of Leo occurred around 12,500 years ago, Hancock posits that the Sphinx is much older than traditional Egyptology suggests. Another element of this theory involves geological evidence. Hancock points to the severe erosion on the body of the Sphinx, arguing that it suggests exposure to thousands of years of heavy rainfall. Given that the last period of significant rainfall in the region occurred around the end of the last ice age, approximately 10,000 to 12,000 years ago, this would support his theory of the Sphinx's age. While the Age of Leo theory is not accepted by mainstream archaeologists and Egyptologists, who argue that there is no archaeological evidence from that era to support it, Hancock's ideas have provoked heated debate. Regardless of the controversy, his theories about the Sphinx challenge established historical narratives and invite a deeper investigation into our past, reminding us that there are still ancient mysteries waiting to be unraveled. Number 7. Antarctica, the Lost Civilization. Antarctica, a frozen continent shrouded in ice and mystery, is at the heart of one of Graham Hancock's most fascinating theories. He suggests that beneath the miles of ice, the remnants of a lost advanced civilization may be hidden. This theory is proposed in his book, Fingerprints of the Gods, where Hancock postulates that Antarctica might be the site of the mythical lost city of Atlantis. As touched upon earlier, Hancock's theory centers on the idea of Earth crustal displacement. This is a geological theory suggesting that the Earth's crust can move over the liquid layers beneath, effectively shifting the geographic location of entire continents. Hancock hypothesizes that about 12,000 years ago, a rapid displacement caused the temperate continent of Antarctica to shift to its current polar location, resulting in its sudden freezing and encasement in ice. This theory is backed by his controversial interpretation of the Peary Race Map, an ancient world map that appears to depict the Antarctic coastline free of ice. Hancock suggests that this knowledge might have been passed down from a civilization that existed before the continent was covered in ice, indicating that advanced civilizations may have existed far earlier than mainstream history acknowledges. Hancock's belief in an Antarctic Atlantis also draws from myths and legends of ancient civilizations worldwide. He suggests these stories of a great advanced civilization that suffered a cataclysmic destruction align with his theory, positing that survivors of this lost civilization might have seeded the cultures of Egypt, Sumer, and the Americas. Furthermore, he hypothesizes that this lost civilization had advanced astronomical knowledge, as evidenced by the sophisticated alignments and constructions of ancient monuments around the world. This, he suggests, may have been knowledge preserved from the Antarctic civilization. Despite these challenges, Hancock's Antarctica theory fascinates many. It proposes a complete rethinking of human history and challenges our understanding of human development. It serves as a reminder that our knowledge of the past is still incomplete and that there are mysteries yet to be discovered beneath the surface, both figuratively and perhaps, in the case of Antarctica, quite literally. Number 8. The Hall of Records, Lost Knowledge of Ancient Egypt. Another recurring theme in Graham Hancock's work is the idea of a Hall of Records, a mythical ancient library purported to hold the knowledge of a lost civilization. This concept features prominently in his research, with Hancock theorizing about the possible existence and location of such a repository, primarily beneath the Sphinx on the Giza Plateau. The notion of the Hall of Records is linked to the American clairvoyant Edgar Cayce, who suggested its existence during his readings. According to Cayce, the Hall of Records holds the history of the lost civilization of Atlantis, stored on tablets or scrolls, containing their knowledge of technology, history, and spiritual practices. Building on this concept, Hancock proposes that the Hall of Records is hidden within a chamber beneath the Sphinx yet to be discovered. He points to seismic surveys of the area showing potential underground cavities near the Sphinx. Additionally, he refers to the local folklore and legends hinting at secret chambers and passageways in the area. Hancock speculates that the Hall of Records was created by the survivors of a lost advanced civilization, possibly Atlantis, who sought to preserve their knowledge in the wake of a cataclysm. He suggests that these survivors could be the gods or elder culture heroes mentioned in ancient texts and mythologies who were said to bring civilization to humans. Moreover, Hancock links the Hall of Records to other ancient sites worldwide, including the Mayan structures in Central America and the ancient monuments in India, arguing they may contain additional repositories of ancient wisdom. He contends that this knowledge was disseminated globally by the survivors of the lost civilization, influencing the development of cultures across the world. While the theory of a Hall of Records is intriguing, it remains unsupported by substantial archaeological evidence. Mainstream Egyptologists and archaeologists have not found any concrete proof of a hidden chamber under the Sphinx or the existence of a global ancient repository of knowledge. Criticism also stems from the original source of the idea, Edgar Cayce, whose readings were made in a trance state and are thus regarded skeptically by many scientists. Despite the controversy surrounding these ideas, the potential existence of a Hall of Records captivates the imagination, reflecting a universal human desire to uncover hidden wisdom and lost histories. As with many of Hancock's theories, the significance lies not only in the claim itself, but also in the invitation to question, explore, and consider alternative perspectives on human history. Number 9. The Global Cataclysm. A comet strike 12,800 years ago. Graham Hancock's work delves into the realm of earth sciences and paleoclimatology to propose a theory regarding a catastrophic global event that occurred approximately 12,800 years ago. As outlined in his book, Magicians of the Gods, Hancock proposes that a comet strike instigated a massive global cataclysm that wiped out advanced civilizations and drastically altered the Earth's climate. This theory aligns with the Younger Dryas boundary impact hypothesis, which suggests that a significant cooling event, known as the Younger Dryas, was triggered by the impact of a comet or meteor. This period saw a rapid return to glacial conditions in the northern hemisphere after the last ice age had ended, causing massive disruptions to flora, fauna, and human societies. Hancock extends this hypothesis, suggesting that the comet strike wiped out a prehistoric advanced civilization, possibly the same one linked to his theories on Antarctica and the Sphinx. He proposes that the remnants of this lost civilization can be found in various ancient sites worldwide, including Göbekli Tepe in Turkey. This site, dating back to approximately 9,600 BC, the end of the Younger Dryas, features advanced stone architecture and complex carvings, which Hancock argues is evidence of knowledge passed down from the lost civilization. Moreover, Hancock points to myths and legends of a great flood found in various cultures worldwide as further evidence of this cataclysm. He posits that these flood narratives might be a form of collective memory of this devastating event and the end of a lost civilization. The comet impact theory, while increasingly supported by evidence such as the presence of a widespread layer of impact-related materials at the Younger Dryas boundary, is still a topic of debate among scientists. Critics argue the evidence can be interpreted in other ways and that more direct proof is needed. The idea of a lost advanced civilization being wiped out by such an event is even more controversial, as there is currently insufficient archaeological evidence to support the existence of such a civilization at the time of the proposed cataclysm. However, these theories have brought increased attention to the Younger Dryas period and the mystery of humanity's past. They encourage an exploration of ancient myths and legends in the context of geological and archaeological evidence, enriching the discussion about our understanding of human history. Regardless of the ongoing debate, Hancock's theories remain an exciting journey into our past, sparking curiosity and a sense of wonder about the mysteries yet to be unveiled. Number 10. Sacred geometry and its impact on human consciousness. Sacred geometry, the belief that certain geometric shapes and patterns possess sacred or spiritual significance, features prominently in Graham Hancock's theories about the nature and influence of ancient civilizations. He proposes that these civilizations had an understanding of sacred geometry, as evidenced in their architectural designs and artwork, and suggests this knowledge had profound impacts on human consciousness and spiritual development. At the core of Hancock's sacred geometry theory is the idea that specific shapes and proportions resonate with the fundamental energies of the cosmos. He proposes that by integrating these forms into their structures, ancient cultures sought to harmonize with these cosmic energies, enabling them to facilitate spiritual experiences and alter states of consciousness. Sites such as the Great Pyramid of Giza and the Temple of Luxor in Egypt, Stonehenge in England, and the ancient city of Teotihuacan in Mexico feature prominently in Hancock's discussions. He argues that the precise alignments, proportions, and geometric patterns found in these sites indicate an understanding of sacred geometry and suggest a level of knowledge and sophistication that challenges mainstream historical perspectives. Furthermore, Hancock links sacred geometry to his broader theory of a lost advanced civilization, suggesting that this knowledge might have originated from that civilization and been passed down to the cultures that followed. He argues that this wisdom was embedded in myths, symbols, and architectural plans, serving as a form of encoded information about the universe and the nature of consciousness. Hancock also suggests that the use of sacred geometry in ancient sites and rituals might have been a tool for promoting altered states of consciousness, facilitating spiritual experiences, and ultimately shaping human evolution. He proposes that by aligning with the fundamental energies of the universe, these ancient cultures might have accessed insights and understandings that transcended ordinary perception. While the concept of sacred geometry is widely recognized in the study of ancient cultures and spirituality, its implications and significance remain subjects of debate. Critics argue that correlations can be coincidental and that ancient cultures may not have intentionally incorporated sacred geometry into their structures. Regardless, the exploration of sacred geometry in the context of ancient civilizations offers a fascinating perspective on our ancestors' understanding of the world and their place in it. It enriches our appreciation of their cultural and spiritual sophistication and challenges us to consider the profound impacts these ancient wisdoms might have had on the course of human consciousness and development.